Neil deGrasse Tyson is on Piers Morgan. And they're having this conversation together, right? And then he's trying to explain himself with the transgender, where he's trying to say, what if we have competition that is based on levels of testosterone level? Folks, whether you're a doctor or not watching this, whether you're a scientist or not watching this, whether you went to Ivy League school, maybe you went to, a regular university, college, a poison ivy school, whatever thing that you went to school, right? I want you to watch this and tell me, if you have common sense, if anything, this man who is celebrated as being an incredible scientist makes any sense. Go ahead, Rob.
What I see is sports is on the frontier of how to handle this frontier of people who are trans. It's on the frontier of how to resolve that. And I'm making this up now.
Yeah.
Imagine the future of sports does not distinguish sex. It distinguishes and sorts people by hormone ratios. I'm making this up, but imagine that.
Yeah, you are.
If that were the case. That would be interesting. You get a hormone test, you're in this range, and then you compete against other people with the same range of hormones.
That's ridiculous.
That's
Neil, that is ridiculous.
No, it's not. I'll tell you why it's
You're
not
going to give
ridiculous.
every single person
in
your piece
wrestle.
to even believe it.
Hold on. I used to wrestle. And wrestling, there are people who weigh, sorry, am I using pounds here, 125 pounds, right on up to 240 pounds. They don't wrestle each other. The entire sport separates people so that the contest is interesting.
Yeah.
And so the people of the same weight wrestle each other, and that is the contest.
But if Floyd Mayweather...
I don't know if that's how it will land.
Hang on, Neil. If Floyd Mayweather fought a woman boxer, a female woman boxer, who was the same weight division, he would annihilate her. That's why we don't let it happen. And in fact, in the Paris Olympics, the winner of one of the women's boxing competitions, one of the
Piers,
females who took her on.
About.
But my point is that I just think that, if you don't mind me saying, I say this respectfully because I love you, but it just seems to me like you've dug yourself into a slight hole on this issue, and you're trying to get out of it. Now you're suggesting slightly mad theories, whereas the science to me is obvious. You've already given the best argument I've heard for why we separate the sexes.
Hold on. You misquoted me in this very interview. What I said was the idea of creating categories within a sport, splitting them in the example I gave, which I just made it up, like hormone ratios, is not fundamentally weird compared to dividing wrestlers by weight.
No,
because
it is.
The only reason why you do this is to make an interesting contest.
No, Neil, you're wrong.
And so you said Floyd Mayweather fight. Hold on.
You're wrong.
Said Floyd Mayweather.
You're not
allowing
for the superior male biology when it comes to lung capacity, stamina, to body mass, to muscle mass, all those things. If you just take one criteria of hormones, you're not allowing all that. I'll give an example.
We can pause it right here. I mean, at this point of the game, it's getting crazier and crazier the more you watch it. Tom, thoughts on what Neil's saying here?
Neil is in. Piers captured it best. Neil's in a hole. He dug himself into a hole, and now he's trying to intellectualize and draw himself out of it by presenting these, well, maybe one solution is we do it by hormones. Neil, we do it by hormones today. It's called male-female. And by the way, that's how we catch males that are using, steroids. The hormone ratios are up. It's like when Manny Ramirez, spring training, they played 14 games and he was caught. I think it was 09. I think it was 09, where all of a sudden he lights up. And he lights up because there is a female hormone in there, which is a pregnancy recovery hormone that he took. And it was estrogen. And it was to bring down the excess testosterone, except he didn't get the 17 days that were necessary, because at the end of the 17 days, he would have, what they said, pissed clear. Get it?
Yeah, of course.
And so at that moment, Manny Ramirez could have played in women's professional baseball.
Could have wore a bra if he wanted.
And
if you wanted to wear a bra.
Well, that's cross-dressing. But my point is, the hormone argument that Neil deGrasse Tyson is making, he's trying to get himself out of a hole. And basically, the hole is this. And Piers pointed out very good. Look, in the Olympics, and he didn't let Pierce finish it. I think he knew where Pierce was going. You had a male boxer in the Olympics that was identifying female that they let go in there, and he almost killed somebody, right? Same weight, hormones showed up the same because he was taking the hormones, but it didn't change the fact that for 21 years, he had grown into lung capacity, muscle mass, and everything else male. And at 128 pounds, whatever his weight class was, he was a beast. And then, nope, I'll take these drugs, I'll get this hormone stuff. But he's still, what was that skeletal muscle mass that she was facing? A guy.
It was a dude. And
Neil deGrasse Tyson's trying to dig himself out of a hole. God bless him.
And I agree with you 100%. It's like you're the dumbest smart person I've ever met in my life. But my question to you is, what would make someone that smart, that educated, say something like this? And we talked about this conversation in the past about the hill that you want to die on, your conviction. What is it? Is it just for to be relevant? Because he will not stop talking about this. He just did Bill Maher. He talked about it again. And then he's talking crap about Elon Musk and Mars and how is it just to stay relevant because nobody's talking about him and his ties?
Pride and ego?
That's what I was just going to say that. What do you think?
I don't know. I think, the one thing you have to be very careful with is when you're going through a position, like, for example, one of the things why this show does well is we comfortably debate. Mm-hmm. And we walk away and we're good. And we're like, yeah, you know what? Let's see what happens.
Nothing leaves this room.
And it's like, you know what? That was a wrong argument, guys. Yeah, we were right on this one. We got that one wrong. Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Huh. Okay. Boom. You're kind of going back and forth with it, right? This guy cannot stand the idea of being wrong.
Hmm.
He cannot stand the idea of being wrong, and he was wrong. Period. So the walking on eggshell community. You ever ever had a parent or a coach or somebody that everything was walking on eggshells, had to be perfect? It's very uncomfortable to be around it, right? Like some fathers are like that. Don't do that. No. It's everything, right? There's standards, there's expectation, but then there's walking on eggshells, perfection, solving for perfection. And when you try to solve for perfection, it's a miserable place to be because everybody fails. Nobody reaches that. You're going to be wrong at times, and you're going to lose at times. Anytime I get into a conversation with somebody, I'll never forget what Trump said. He said, why would I debate again? Why would I do that again? So let's just say it doesn't work out in my favor. He says, you remember that one thing he did right before he came to us, which was the Bloomberg thing with that guy. They talked about tariffs.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that. And he says, yeah, you know what? Before I went, they told me not to do it. He said, because, sometimes you lose these debates. And you go and you're like, I'm going to go. I'm either going to lose or I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. He's just kind of openly talking about it, right? Everybody is wrong at times. Everybody. Neil's having a hard time because he thinks he's better than that. Mm-hmm. And in this position, the more he goes here, the further he's going to lose credibility and the more unattractive it's going to be. People are going to move on. There's plenty of people in the marketplace to follow than Neil deGrasse Tyson. The world doesn't need Neil. Neil needs the world. Like, for example, the world needs Trump, okay? It's not like Trump also needs the voters, but the world needs somebody like that to go do something. The world needs an Elon Musk
1,000%
that's willing to put money on the table to buy X. There is nothing the world needs Neil deGrasse Tyson for. Think about what I just said right there to you. Nothing. What do you need him for?
Zero.
No, when this, it's like, boom, great. The level of contribution that Trump and other guys, relax. You're not that important. It's going back to that, Marcus Aurelius with a slave in his ear saying, you're just a man, you're just a man, you're just a man. Neil, you're smart, but you're just a man. It's okay. Let's rebrand and move forward so you can find a following like Bill Maher had to recreate himself. I think he needs to go through that.
I'll just be real quick. In finance, they say the worst thing you can do is throw good money after bad. You made a bad investment, cut your losses, move on. But when you lose and you're losing money, you're like, no, I'm going to try again. Like, have you ever been to Vegas before? And all right, I lost 10 grand. Oh man, I'm going to try to win it back. Boom, now you're down 20 grand. Holy crap. And you keep doubling down and you basically keep losing more money. That's exactly what Neil deGrasse Tyson is doing. He's doubling down on this woman is a man, man is a woman, XY chromosome thing, and nobody's buying it. And Vinny said, is this the hill you really want to die on?
Yeah.
This is it?
Yeah.
You're an astrophysicist. You're smart. You're funny. You're humorous. You make space and space exploration relatable.
Yeah.
And you're diluting and ruining your brand over wanting women to compete with men in sports. Makes no sense to me. Do better, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
The word
You're better
ass
than
is
this.
an astrophysicist. I don't know where he's going.
We are in that season. Month of November was incredible for us with the amount of people that are wanting to sport the Future Looks Bright gear. I want to give a shout out to all of you guys. We had more purchases made in the month of November for Future Looks Bright gear than the last 2 years combined. I want you to say that again. Let me say that one more time.
Amazing.
More. This brand is getting out there and people want to represent it. When you go out there, I went to a tournament this weekend. You go places, people pulling up, Future Looks Bright. So, weather's a little bit cold, here's what we got. By the way, the material of these sweaters, I dare you to order one and return it. I dare you. Order it, put it on, see what it feels like. The gold Valuetainment, where you walk around the mall or school, anywhere, gym, people look at you and say, hey, me too, man, I'm a Valuetainer as well. And on the back, it's got a Future Looks Bright, gold written. It's incredible, the material with it. Then we have, for those of you guys that are going out there to the gym, working out, you want to represent USA, you're a proud American. We got this workout gear USA with the back, Future Looks Bright, with the American flag. Look how sick that is, by the way. Right? That's out there as well, Rob, if you can pull that up.
Embroidered, man. That's really quality.
And these sweaters, again, these sweaters that just came in, that just dropped. These logos at the back and the Future Looks Bright and more stuff with the pants that go with it or the what do you call it, the polos that we have. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. First 100, again, get the Future Looks Bright mugs that we have as well. But these sweaters are incredible quality material, priced very well. Get yourself one of these. There's many different options to choose from, and every one of them on the back of it says Future Looks Bright. We're very optimistic. I saw, again, Elon Musk tweeted saying Future Looks Bright. Everybody now is going out there saying Future Looks Bright. These next 4 years are going to be special next 4 years. I hope you got a specific plan for what you're going to be doing.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.